Join me as I check out the historic InterContinental Chicago Magnificent Mile Hotel. The hotel is comprised of two towers with around 790 rooms. The historic tower is a 42-story building which was completed in 1929, originally as the home of the Medina Athletic Club. The new tower is a 26-story addition completed in 1961. InterContinental Chicago is located in the heart of the city, directly on Chicago's famed Magnificent Mile on Michigan Avenue. It is within easy walking distance to shopping and some sites, including the Chicago River. For IHG loyalists, the InterContinental Hotel is unfortunately now one of only two IHG hotels in the city that belong to their luxury and lifestyle collection, with the Kimpton Gray in the Loop being the other one. As you enter the property, you'll be greeted by a 4-story lobby with a grand staircase. Here you'll find a reception desk, a mini museum called the Cornerstone, and access to some of the hotel's dining outlets. On the second floor, you'll find the center court where they serve breakfast and a few of the hotel's meeting rooms. Walking towards the historic Executive Tower, where we will be spending our first night, you will find a gift shop, coat check, some meeting rooms, and a FedEx store on the ground floor. From here, I recommend checking out the next few floors up to see more of the original design of the building's interiors. I made separate reservations for the 2 nights we were there as I used different forms of payment for each. The first night was booked in a standard classic room using points, while the second night was reserved in a classic room specifically in the Grand Tower using a free night certificate for my credit card and topped off with some points. I was upgraded to a 1 King Premium Premier City View room in the Executive Tower thanks to my Diamond Elite status, and naturally the 2 separate reservations were combined for the whole stay. I've stayed in the recently renovated Grand Tower before, but I was curious why rooms in the Executive Tower, which were last renovated in 2015, were more expensive. So I accepted the upgrade on the condition that I could switch back to my original Day 2 Grand Tower reservation the next day if I wasn't satisfied, even if I don't get another upgrade. I was told that one of the reasons these rooms were selling at a higher rate is because they are bigger, and that proved to be the case for this room. There's a short L-shaped entryway from the room door to the bedroom, insulating the room from any hallway noise. The room was nice and appeared well maintained, but it did look dated. The bed and pillows were comfortable, but there were not a lot of easily accessible bedside plugs. Without my laptop, I already have 3 devices that need simultaneous charging on an extended basis: my watch, earbuds, and my phone. First world problems, I know. The view was great, and I can see why this is a room category above the quote-unquote regular view room. Unfortunately, the windows were not heavily insulated from noise, and you can easily hear unusually loud sounds, like the protest going on that afternoon. One thing I appreciated about the InterContinental Chicago was that they provided all rooms with a separate empty fridge on top of the fully stocked minibar fridge, so guests have a place to put their items that need to be in a cool container. The bathroom was likewise dated looking, but it was clean and a pretty good size. As with all InterContinental hotels in the world, they also carry the Byredo brand of toiletries. Overall, the bathroom is nice. However, the shower drain was slightly clogged, causing water to pool quickly, rising about half an inch to an inch within seconds. With the issues with the shower drain, and with another separate protest that night involving motorcycles that kept us from sleeping when we wanted to, led me to request a room change to the Grand Tower the next day. Part of the benefits of being a Diamond Elite is you get to choose a welcome amenity of either breakfast or points. I always go with the breakfast as it provides the best value. Breakfast at the InterContinental Chicago is served in their center court outlet. There's an option of a buffet, or you may also choose to go a la carte and order from the menu. The buffet was nothing special, but it was okay, and it was enough to get the day started. It included hot items like oatmeal, French toast, hash browns, eggs Benedict, bacon, and sausage. They also have a selection of breads and pastries, fruits and cheese, as well as some breakfast cereals. Coffee and juice were served at your table. Service was pretty good overall. The staff were pretty attentive and efficient. The 2 times we had breakfast at the hotel, the buffet selection was pretty much the same on both days. I probably would have taken the a la carte menu route if I had to have it a third time. After breakfast, we moved rooms from the Executive Tower to the Grand Tower. The hotel was kind enough to put me in another upgraded room, with this one being a 1 king 1 bedroom suite, albeit an accessible one. As I mentioned earlier, the rooms in this tower were renovated in 2023, and you can really tell the difference right off the bat between this updated room and the one we had the previous night. The room opens up to a pretty good sized living room with a separate TV and a sofa bed. Attached to it is a pretty cool retro second full bathroom. Similar to the first room, the hotel provides guests a separate fridge for your personal items on top of the stock minibar fridge. You would think the additional fridge was enough, but we actually saw an iced tea bottle left by someone else crammed in the fully stocked minibar fridge. We didn't touch it and just hoped that they threw it out after we left. The bedroom was likewise sizable and carried through the same design elements from the living room. There was a chaise lounge, an armoire, and the second TV in the room. Unfortunately, as with the previous Executive Tower room, bedside electrical outlets were lacking in this room as well. The primary bathroom was well appointed. This being an accessible room, the tub and shower combo, as well as the other essential parts of the bathroom, were all equipped with grab bars. Other than the leftover iced tea bottle and the mini fridge bar, a small stain on the couch which was also showing some wear and tear, this renovated room was definitely better and more comfortable than the room in the Executive Tower. We didn't have issues with the shower drain this time, and it seemed like the windows were better insulated from the street noise, even if we were in a much slower floor. It was also markedly cleaner compared to our stay here a year ago in a similar 1-bedroom suite. And now for what makes this property truly special, the pièce de résistance, the InterContinental Chicago's historic indoor pool. The hotel's indoor pool has been referred to as one of the most beautiful indoor pools in the US. It's a junior Olympic-sized pool located on the 14th floor. It is original to the building, which once was the preeminent Medina Athletic Club. The pool still features its original 1920 Spanish tiles, stained glass windows, intricate ceiling, as well as the terracotta Neptune fountain backdrop. At the time the pool was erected, it was one of the highest indoor pools in the world, and its 14th floor location was heralded as a grand feat of engineering. The rows of seats on one side harks back to the era when swimming was considered a spectator sport. This pool is now almost 100 years old, and it truly was a sight to behold. To access the pool, you would have to enter through the hotel's spa area on the 12th floor of the historic executive tower. Here you'll also find 2 floors of exercise equipment, including some cardio and weightlifting machines. There's also a sauna in the locker rooms if you need it. The InterContinental Chicago is a solid hotel. I wouldn't consider this specific property to be a luxury hotel, and it feels like it's geared more towards Chicago's tourism and convention market. This is kind of a bummer, as ISG loyalists do not have as many options as the other hotel groups in terms of luxury property options in Chicago. But I am on track to keep my Diamond Elite status again next year, so I will most likely prioritize staying at an IHG property, and I wouldn't mind staying here again the next time I find myself in the city. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.